but nothing I could blame on. I always haven't had a regular job, but yeah, it was more than I thought. So get ready. The next show is March 8th and 9th, I think. 13th and 14th and something. The college team had it. It's in Newburgh, at the Newburgh Theater. And it's the story of a convent that was here. The other sisters in the convent are making illegal wine and selling it in town in order to keep the convent. I don't know anything about it. And it's a comedy. That's really funny. They have whoever wrote it has a real gift of service and family stuff. And then crisscrossing it back and forth late and it just ends up being very great. Oh. It's called Steve Manor. Yeah.
Shine on me, oh shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Lift me up, oh, lift me up. Let the light from the lighthouse lift me up, oh, lift me up.
Sounds good for the road for me.
Lift me up.
Okay, now it says Joel's iPad.
From the lighthouse, lift me up. Oh, holy close, yes, holy close. Let the light from the lighthouse, holy close. Yes, hold me close, oh, hold me close. Let the light from the lighthouse, please, hold me close. Oh, shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, oh, shine on me, yes, shine on me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine.
Good morning, everyone. As you may have noticed already, our music is going to be digital today. Good morning, everyone. As you might have noticed, our prelude was digital and all of our music will be digital today. Mark is unwell today, so we will send him healing energy. So in our teal hymnal, if you could rise if you're willing and able, number 1068, Rising Green.
Darkness, my soul, like the open sky, but the stars forever hath lain. Where the stars, where the stars forever hath lain. My hands hold the weavings of time without end. My side as deep as the sea. Beating my heart sounds the measure of old and of love's eternity. That of love, that of love, that of love's eternity.
Thank you.
I feel the tides as they answer the moon, rushing on a far distant sand. Within my soul is the wind of my breast, and my love blows over the land. And my love, and my love, and my love blows over the land. My foot carries days of the old endure. Our dreaming shows us the way. Fortress mountains, shadows deep in me, rising green to break a new day. Rising green, rising green, rising green to break a new day.
Thank you. I am not the best songwriter, as you know. Yes, it sounds like we have one, and I appreciate that initiative. All right. So the welcome is going to be a little bit unusual today, and I failed to bring my phone with me, which has a compass that's going to be telling us directions. But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that is east. This is west. So this is north. But that's south. Wait, east. Wait, north, south, east, west. You're right. You're right. You're right. So again, directional is an issue. So instead of a welcome, which I normally do, we are going to be doing the Mayan prayer, the prayer of 7 directions. And please stand if you are willing and able. And we will start with the east. So we will face the east. And again, help me with directions. So from the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn on us, so we may see all things in clarity. The east is red, fire, a candle, the rising sun, and gratitude to start each day anew. From the north, house of the night, May wisdom ripen in us so that we may know all from within. The north is white, water. Place a bowl of water in this direction. It is recognized as the direction of the rains, and there is gratitude for the replenishment of water and for the aspects of nurturing, care, and protection. The north also represents the pole star, which is acknowledged as the sacred center of stillness or Tai Chi. From the west, house of transformation. May wisdom be transformed into right action so that we may do what must be done. The west is black, air, incense. It is from this direction that the wind blows at sunset. Gratitude is given for the winds that bring insights when we sleep and for the birds who come to us in our dreams. From the south, house of the eternal sun. May right action reap the harvest so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. The south is yellow, earth, but put rocks and flowers on your altar. The south brings abundance, fertility, the corn. It is Mother Earth, Gaia. It is the most important direction for the Maya. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather. May their blessings come to us now. From below, the house of earth. May the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. Both of these directions involve connection to all things. The color above is blue and below is green. You might imagine a shaft of white light shimmering down from the heavens to your heart center. And from the earth, also imagine an energy rising through your feet to your heart. Feel the energies merge within your heart. Feel connected to above and below. Feel the gratitude. From the center, galactic source, which is everything at once. May everything be known as the light of mutual love. The color of the center is turquoise, a most prized stone, and of course, the blend of blue and green. All hail the harmony of mind and nature. Good morning, I'm Jennifer, your worship associate this morning. We have great technical assistance. In the back, we have Nancy, the technician here, and we have Molly at home connecting us with a hybrid service. We're glad you're here. If you're a guest today and are willing and able, we invite you to stand and introduce yourself so that we might better welcome you. Do we have any guests that would like to self-identify?
My name is Austin. I'm from Roseville. I live in Indianapolis right now, so I'm visiting after everything. But do you hear me well?
Molly, do we have anyone at home that's new that would like to self-identify?
I don't see anyone.
We invite you to stay for refreshments after the service. Now for church announcements. I direct your attention to our website in the order of service, www.uuevansville.org in the order of service. Our weekly announcements are available there, or you can sign up to have them delivered to your email each Thursday. Are there any other church-related announcements? Please come to the microphone.
Good morning. We have the sign-up sheet that I just now put out there for the next Friends Night Out. It will be on February the 16th, which is a Friday at 6 o'clock, and it will be at Thai Bistro. For those of you that used to love Thai papaya, this is the same family but different people in the family, and it's in that little strip mall by Five Guys. No. And I tried it out the other day and the food was pretty good. So that's our next outing. So please sign up at least by, let me say the 13th, if I said the 16th, at least by the 13th, if you want to enjoy it. So I can confirm we do have a reservation, but I want to confirm, I have to confirm how many. So please let me know if you're coming. The other thing I want to talk to you about, Tom, just put your hands over your ears. Many of you, you don't have to leave.
There's no way he's going to do it now.
Several of you, when we found out that Tom was going in the hospital, several of you came to me and said, are we going to do, a food chain or something like that for him? Obviously, he's doing remarkably well, so he doesn't need it, no. So, but we decided that he needs a little TLC anyway, so we are putting together a plan to deliver a few meals to him, at least, to help him get going, get back in the rhythm again. So if any of you are interested, just see me personally right after church, and we will get a date worked out for you. Thank you.
Tom just said thank you. So tomorrow night at 6 p.m., CAGE, which is Congregations Acting for Justice and Empowerment, is holding a screening of the documentary The Right to Read. It's going to be at Nazarene Missionary Baptist Church at 6 p.m. There's no charge, so feel free to invite guests and show up. It's I've heard it's very powerful and very important. And I'm a librarian. I like people to be able to read, and that's a struggle that our country's facing. Thank you.
The next Croning celebration is February 18th, Sunday night, the 18th, from 7 to approximately 9 o'clock. I'll be making additional announcements as we go along, but sign up as soon as possible if you want to be involved.
A note from your treasurer, your tax letters have gone out. If you did not get a tax letter and you require one, please let me know. My goal was to have them out by January 15th, and I think I mainly achieved that goal. I think Tom would prefer more of a beer delivery, I think, than a food delivery, so keep that in mind. Also, in our effort to be a green congregation, we do have a box in the lobby. If you have razor blades, don't throw them in the trash. Please bring them in and put them in the recycling box. Thanks.
Molly, do we have any announcements at home?
I just want to remind people that the February compass will be coming out. And so if you have pictures from your circle suppers or from other events, please get them emailed to Denise at the AOA email. Thank you.
Oops, our circle supper didn't. We're going to give you a gold star. And for those of you that are new to our congregation, both online and in person, we do circle suppers periodically. So we get together in a member's home and have a small dinner party. 6 to 8, sometimes 10, sometimes a little bit larger, depending on who signs up and the space available. Chris, who said that he had taken pictures last night, sometimes people host here at the church if at their home they don't feel comfortable or it's not an accommodation that's correct, works for a dinner party. So that's always a possibility. It's a way for us to get to know one another in a little bit more personal or intimate level, and to begin those deeper personal connections. Tom, did you want to announce the community prayer next Sunday, or should I? Okay. So there's two things. One is community-based and one is more UU-based. So please attend the Community Racial Justice Prayer Service sponsored by the University of Evansville at their new chapel on Sunday, February the 4th at 2 p.m. As you know, one of our principles is social justice, and this is a very important work that we contribute to. So consider going to that service. And also, for those of you that weren't here in the previous weeks, the UUA, the Unitarian Universal Association, is doing the 30 Days of Love that started January 15th. And we are into week 3, and the theme is possibility, which is bodily autonomy. So that's LGBTIA+, reproductive, gender, and disability justice. So if you haven't signed up to receive the weekly contacts and all the associated activities that are available online, consider doing so. And this page is back there in the back on the little pedestal. So that's for announcements. And we will have digital music for our meditation period that will follow what's coming next. So to extend our welcoming statement, take a few moments to greet one another in person, and please return to your seats when you hear the chime, because that will begin the centering music. And as you stand, wave to the folks at home. And now it's time to light the chalice. May I have a volunteer, please? In the Bleak and Cold Winter by Cynthia Landrum. In the bleak and cold winter, we gather ourselves in. We light the fire to warm our spirits, to kindle the flame of love and hope. Thank you. We never know about these things. And now we have the time for the offering. If you are a guest, please let the plate pass you by. Your presence is the gift. And may I have 2 volunteers, please? I just realized my offertory reading I didn't print out in this copy, so I apologize. So our offertory is needed because we have to maintain this building, and our volunteer leadership works very diligently to use your funds to manage our small community to the best of our abilities. So thank you for your gifts. And now is the time for the story for all ages. Let's get this ready. You want to sit?
I'm wondering if I said if people are going to be able to see the pictures. I think maybe. Well, that's what I'm saying. If I sit down, I don't think people will be able to see the pictures because the table's here. So I'm going to do it from up here today. Perfect. So I'm sorry, kids, I'm not calling you up today. This book is called When Spring Comes. This reminds me of books we had when I was a kid, just from the pictures and the simple life that it talks about. When spring comes, we'll gather sap from the sugar bush, and Papa will stay up all night to boil it down. Have any of you ever taken sap from the sugar bush? Neither have I. I'll pick the snow by the sugar house, or pack the snow by the sugar house door. Mama will pour the hot syrup, making swirls on the snow, and we'll eat the waxy candy with Grandma's sweet milk donuts and sour pickles. Honestly, I don't know about having candy and donuts and pickles, but she seems happy. When spring comes, Canada geese will fly north, honking a long, sad song, and the music of tree frogs will fill the night. As the days get warmer, Mama will put away my long underwear and my shoes to save them for best. Do you remember having good shoes and then the shoes you wore to play in before everybody wore, comfortable shoes all the time? Jasmine and I will wade in the brook and try to catch tadpoles while the minnows nibble my toes. Papa will take me fishing at Willowbow Falls, where silvery trout leap upstream to spawn. He'll show me bobcat tracks in the mud and the path where otters slide down the riverbank. Grandma and I will walk in the woods gathering fiddlehead ferns. We'll dig through the leaves for wild onions, and she'll show me where the trillium and wild violets grow. When spring comes, the apple trees will blossom, the air will be sweet with lilacs, and I will carry some to lay on Grandpa's grave. The birds will come home, robins and bobolinks and noisy crows. Mama will chase the swallows from the porch, but they'll swoop and squawk and build a nest there anyway. I'll help Papa hitch up the horses. He'll plow the garden, and Mama and I will push seeds into the earth that is as dark and moist as chocolate. When spring comes, Grandma and I will walk to high pasture to pick wild strawberries that glisten like rubies. Later, they'll nestle all sugary on Grandma's rich biscuits. At milking time, Jasmine and I will go for the cows, and then we'll swim in the spring-fed pond. I'll run barefoot through the fields, and Mama will make me wash my feet before I go to bed. But now I hear the jingle of bells and run to pull on my woolens. Papa is on the snow roller driving our team of black Morgans. I love to ride with him while he packs the roads all smooth and slick. After supper, he takes me on a sleigh ride. We swoop down the hill in the silvery light, and sparks like stars stream from the runners. Papa peers into the great black sky. He shows me Orion, Cygnus, and the Clariateer, and I wonder. When spring comes, will the stars be as bright and the air as sharp and chill? The night is dark and wonderful. The end.
Thank you, Sharon. So we won't be singing the children out, or the child out, I should say. She's staying with us today. The opening words are by Cynthia Fredo, Psalm for the Wintered Soul. To the weaver of molecules, the spinner of stars, the impulse that gives birth to the universe, to the earth, to me. In the deepest, darkest night of my wintered soul, I wrap myself in the blanket of my sadness and grief, pain and suffering, doubts and concerns, fears and questions, and look out from my wondering eyes towards the light that dares to penetrate the layers of blindness that surround me. So obscured is my vision because of the trials and tribulations of this life. That is your fractal rays of possibility and hope that I seek to inspire me to emerge from this cocoon that holds me. Each luminous ray of love and hope and possibility is the catalyst which I need to transform my thoughts and emotions into fuel into fuel for that inner fire, which will dispel the darkness of my night, which will help me see more clearly the embers of love and hope and possibility that dwell within me. I long to be filled with renewed energy and strength to thrust new life into these wings of my rebirth. The fragile fragrance of my life, the ingredients of the alchemist's hand, creating a new energetic substance to course through my veins. This womb of my becoming has been one of struggle and transformation. I was never meant to remain in this confinement of darkness. I was created to dwell in the infinite light. To the weaver of molecules, the spinner of stars, the impulse that gives birth to the universe, to the earth, to me. In the deepest, darkest night of my wintered soul, I shall look through the window of my expectant eyes towards the source of my being, waiting as I do for your alchemist's hand to create within me the change that is necessary for the season of my rebirth. I was never meant to remain in the confinement of darkness. I was created to dwell in the infinite light. Spring will come again. This I know, and I will be ready for my emergence and unfolding, that I might soar even higher into my own becoming, into the light of my own transcendence, awakened, renewed, reborn. Amen and blessed be. And now it's time for the sharing of joys and sorrows. It can be shared openly in community. Some must be held in the heart. I will place a pebble in the bowl for experiences too dear to share. Now let's take a moment of silent meditation, prayer, or contemplation, and then we will sing number 123 in the gray hymnal, The Spirit of Life. I'm going to read a poem that I wrote some time ago. I might have referred to it in a service or in conversation with some of you in the past. And it's called The Dark Side of the Moon. It's quiet on the dark side of the moon. Little movement, little life, little reason to speak. You travel solo to the dark side of the moon, not some place you want to bring a loved one, not some place appropriate for anyone. Yet you travel there again and again and cannot explain why. What is this strange compulsion? What is it about the numbness, the silence, the stillness that draws you again and again? The emptiness can be so inviting. The eyes rarely blink, the body barely moves, and sustenance is only occasionally sought. Survival is not the primary impulse. The light seems mythical, something a previous generation spoke of, not something that you remember. Imagination is required for what might have been. After days or weeks or lifetimes, something in you shifts, and the darkness is not so inviting and begins to become oppressive. If you are not too far gone, if you're not in too deep, you might just be able to get back, or if someone else finds you in time. The journey back can seem endless, as if you will never find your way. But like spring, new shoots of hope litter your path. Each time you have to repeat the journey, the return is slower and more arduous. Your elderly bones less able to make the trip. Then a warm ray of sunlight touches you gently, and then the heat begins to build, and you remember how it feels to be alive. I thought about that poem, and I discussed it with someone else, and how she mentioned how much the moon has the impact on our lives, globally and individually. That gravitational force is so strong. And so does the gravitational role that the sun plays. And that interplay of those two forces are the story of our lives here on our planet. And this time of year is kind of pivotal. It's between Yule, which was the darkest day of the year, but also the beginning of the return of light. And this is halfway between Yule and the spring equinox, where everything is equal as far as the balance of light and dark. So this is a time of both the darkness and yet that beginning emergence into light. I want you to think of our ancestors many, 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 many generations ago, who paid attention to these cycles because their lives depended on it. Yule is past, and the light is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, but it's still very cold. You still can't grow produce. Your reserves may be dwindling. So this is a pivotal time. So any semblance of rebirth, renewal, new life was precious. I think of humans and the nature that we live with. We're either celebrating or beckoning it like we do for Yule and Imbolc, to please hurry, bring the warmth, bring the light back to us. So this is a very special time. Someone in the congregation said, a family member, that this is her favorite time of year because it's the beginning of new hope and new life. So I want to point out some of the things that are on the table. Remember, reserves are dwindling. And in my ancestors that are more Celtic in origin, their lives were very much dairy-based, but the cows weren't producing a whole lot of milk. The goats still were, but this is the time of year when the lambs are being born. So think of that new life. Think of that dairy that they've been dependent on. Also, they were living on the grains. The wheat was precious this time of year because it might have been the last of it. The barley, the oats, the reserves may be dwindling. So each little bit of green that they could see begin to emerge would be filling them with hope and joy. Also, this is a time that you might be getting the urge to dust away, wash away the grime of the winter season. So the impulse for spring cleaning is in our DNA. The little bit of green in the plant is that sign of hope. The water symbolizes two things: the cleansing of both our environment and our personal being. So you might want to be taking your first bath if you haven't been bathing. Remember, a long time ago, before indoor plumbing, you might not have been bathing as rigorously as you might have been the rest of the year. So that first bath would have been so refreshing. And also you're cleaning your body and you're cleaning your environment because you're getting ready for the abundance of spring. What are some of the things that you do this time of year that sparks that emergence of new life? Please come to the microphone and share.
I'm a gardener, so I like to be outside. So this time of year, I'm looking at my seed catalogs and planning for the future of my backyard, my little haven where I like to go. So I'm always looking forward to this time of year for starting to grow things.
Well, I'm not so much doing anything as observing. I love to sit at my kitchen table because I've got a big tree outside my window, and I just like to watch the things change. I was sitting there the day before yesterday, and I looked up, and there was both a cardinal and a robin sitting outside my kitchen window, and I thought, it's coming, it's coming.
Hi, I'm Deborah again. As most of you know, I spent the last 30-some years in the western part of the United States, Phoenix and Los Angeles. And so this time of year, you hurry up and get everything done outside that you need to do outside before it gets too hot to do anything outside. So it's kind of a strange place to think I'm going to be planting my garden, and maybe this would be the time when you would actually be putting plants in the ground in Phoenix, because you want them to germinate and do what they need to do before it gets to be 115 or 118, and then they just burn up. So it's kind of a strange place to think, okay, now I'm in an environment where I need to readjust my seasonal clock to the environment. It's a strange place to be.
And I failed to mention, I sprinkled the table with shredded paper because snow still can happen. And it often does. So that juxtaposition of the little bit of green of the crocus and the early bulbs that are beginning to emerge, they can be buried with snow at any time if they're not already. So I wanted to make sure that that was included in the mix. And some of those candles have burned very quickly. So there's some things that you can do, but I want to include the folks at home. Is there anything that anyone from home wants to share about what they do this time of year? All right, so some things that you might consider doing. I put a packet of bird seed and suet. Remember, the birds have had their winter too, so they might be hungry for some nutrients, and they'll be making new little birdie babies and eggs. So you might want to put out seed for them, or seeds from some other animals that you might want in nature that you might want to help along to get through this hump before the greens begin to really fully come into their being. You might also do something simple, like change the background of your phone to the colors of the emerging spring. The red of the fire of the sun returning, and the yellow and the golden of the sun emerging. Pink, think of the new lambs and their pink little noses, and the pastel colors of the earliest flowers. You might consider examining your seeds and what you might want to plant as it gets warmer. You could eat dried seeds, milk, butter. The name of Imbolc, they're not 100% sure the meaning, and it's either between in your belly or milk, because remember, the lambs are being born and they're being fed the milk of their mothers. Symbols of this time of year are cauldrons and candles and chalices and sheep and swans and lambs. Well, sheep, cows won't. And also think of the snowdrops and the delicate flowers that are beginning to emerge. And remember, this is also a time that the old symbol or goddess of Bridget that became Saint Bridget, and the Candlemas, this is what this time of year is also called, not just Imbolc, and how that was then used by the early Christians to kind of use their celebration within their perspective. So you might want to consider things that you would do, like sitting and watching the sunrise as the days lengthen, or sitting and watching the sunset, because our days are getting longer, and celebrate that. You might also consider some of the food sources that our ancient ancestors depended on, and creating meals using them, using the late vegetables that might have still been safe to store and would still be safe to eat, like your squashes, You might also consider just sitting and meditating and celebrating the wisdom that you gained during the cold winter months and what is emerging within you in the coming spring. And also consider celebrating these aspects with your friends and loved ones and family. Decorate your home to invite those new colors and new scents and new sensations into your home. Light a candle in the evening and meditate on the warmth that's coming and the light that is coming. And be outside as the winter ebbs and the temperatures start to climb. Get outside into some fresh air during sunlight. Get some of that vitamin D and observe what's happening in nature. Because day by day by day, more and more things will awaken, and just observe them and celebrate them and acknowledge what is happening with you, what is emerging, what new life, what new energy is within you. Does anyone have any comments or questions? Anything else to add? Our closing hymn is in the teal hymnal. Oops. 1067. I knew it was a different under. Rise and stand if you're willing and able. You feed us land to and plow with repentance ways right now. We ask you here now. Father, air your inspiration, together all our lives, as we breathe our minds see clearly, the present love and fear. While looking down, with blade and sharpness as word haste, we ask you be here now. Brother fire, great fortune, ever passion of the sun, in our heart your warmth revives us, our foods and needs our own, flame and the blood within us blazing, desert will to grow, with the warm directing power south, we ask you be here now. Sister water, ever flowing, ocean river, abundant rain, we now and quench our thirst, we begin again. Mist and ice and host are changing, all our courage will allow. This holy chalice, we ask you be here now. Love is spirit, intuition, in the center of our souls. In your love we find relation, all connected we are whole. Timeless mystery, quiet In the order of the service, there is the extinguishing of the chalice words. It can also be found in the gray hymnal under 458. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth.
One the community or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts, so we are together again.
The closing words are by Teresa Cooley. In this time of anticipated spring. In this time of anticipated spring, let us allow ourselves to extend the anticipation, to value the time of budding before blooming, seeding before sprouting. This is a time of revelation, the revealing of what before. It is this very newness which embodies hope and potential for the wholeness which is yet to be. Let us allow spring to unfold slowly, that we might anticipate the true mystery of rebirth and renewal. Amen and blessed be. And as we leave, may your presence bless the world. Yeah.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life.
My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down. I am a wildflower pushing through the stones. I am a wildflower pushing through the stones. I am a wildflower pushing through the stones. My roots go down. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down, down into the earth. My roots go down. I am a willow swaying through the storm. I am a willow swaying through the storm. I am a willow swaying through the storm. My roots go